Welcome to The Explainer. Today we are diving deep into the unique blueprint for anyone born with a Libra Ascendant. If you've ever felt like your entire life is just one big quest for fairness, for harmony, for things to be in perfect equilibrium, well, this explainer is going to show you exactly why that feeling is your greatest strength. Okay, so let's get right into it. Being a Libra Ascendant means you are basically sent into the world with a very specific job, to be the scales. And this isn't just, a preference for things to be nice and easy. No, this is a deep, fundamental drive to bring balance to everything. Your relationships, your work, even your own inner world. It's your core programming. So here's the roadmap for today. We're going to start with your core essence, then move into your family and finances, which is a big one. After that, we'll look at your social life, map out your career path, and then wrap it all up with a final playbook for you. All right, this first part is all about what makes you tick. It's the why behind how you move through the world and the choices you just instinctively make. This right here, this is your secret weapon. It's this incredibly powerful intuition that's so much more than just a moral compass. You have this built-in radar for what's actually good for you and what's just a total waste of energy. If you get a feeling that a situation is going to end in loss or pointless drama, you'll just naturally back away. But when you spot an advantage, you know exactly how to go for it.
Now let's get into the areas that really shape us, family and money. And for you as a Libra Ascendant, this is a particularly complex, kind of tangled story. At the absolute heart of your financial journey is this major conflict. It really is a tale of two completely different kinds of wealth. The property you might be born into, and the fortune that you are absolutely 100% destined to create all on your own.
And this slide just lays that tension out perfectly. On one side, you have ancestral property. And for you, that's often a can of worms. It's disputed, it's messy, and you're really not meant to waste your life fighting for it. But on the other side, that's your personal wealth, the stuff you earn yourself. That is where your power is. You are designed to be self-made, and you're going to be really, really good at it. And this lesson, this idea of self-reliance, is often taught to you very directly. The thinking is that your mother, whose own life might have been full of struggle, is the one who really instills this in you. It becomes this foundational belief. You don't expect what others have built. You go out and build it for yourself. And it goes way beyond just finances. Your whole extended family dynamic is just layered. The source material talks about the kutum, the family unit, which might look fine on the surface, but often holds some deep, dark secrets. A huge, life-changing transformation within that family structure is almost a given. And weirdly enough, there's often a really strong connection to things like the occult or astrology. Okay, so let's explore how that balancing act of yours plays out in your most important relationships. See, you don't just have one mode. You're more like a social chameleon, playing these very specific and very different roles with the people in your life. And this is what's so fascinating. Just look at these different dynamics. With your younger siblings, you often find that they're the teachers. They're surprisingly wise, almost like your personal gurus. But then with your friends, you're the one who steps up as the father figure, the leader who guides everyone. And then with your spouse or partner, that dynamic is all about reflection, about image. So this brings us to a really critical point for both your romantic relationships and your business partnerships. That desire for a partner who perfectly mirrors your public image can get you into trouble. It can lead to you rushing into things or getting aggressive if they don't quite fit the picture you have in your head. The advice here is all about conscious flexibility. You have to be willing to bend so you don't end up breaking the partnership. All right, let's shift over to your professional life. Your road to wealth and getting what you want, it isn't just about working hard. There's this unique, almost cosmic formula at play that can trigger major gains and make your wishes come true. So the source points to this really specific, kind of wild sequence of events. A massive turning point for you when it comes to gains and fulfillment is when children arrive in your life. Seriously, after they're born, it's like a switch flips. A new phase starts where your wishes finally start to materialize, and big opportunities for financial gains, especially through things like the stock market, suddenly become incredibly favorable. In your career, you bring that balancing energy by making the workplace feel like home. It doesn't matter if you're a man or a woman, you become this emotional anchor for the team, this nurturing, motherly figure. You just can't function in a harsh, cold environment. You have to create a comfy, supportive space to do your best work, and you do that by treating your team like family. But, of course, there are always challenges. The source points to a few specific hurdles for you. You often run into issues with disloyal staff or employees who might cause you losses. Competitive exams can be a real point of frustration, where you know you put in the effort, but the results just don't show it. But the biggest warning, the biggest red flag? Legal battles. Your chart is practically yelling at you to avoid them. They just lead to loss. Okay, so let's pull all of this together. We've talked about your core nature, your money, your relationships, and your career. So here it is, the final playbook summarizing the absolute key strategies for living a successful and balanced life as a Libra Ascendant. This is your guide. This is what you need to remember. Embrace being the balancer. It's who you are. Focus your energy on being proudly self-made. Be patient and flexible in your partnerships. It's a non-negotiable. Pay attention to that timeline for big gains, especially after kids. Create that nurturing vibe at work. And last, but definitely not least, stay away from legal fights. Just walk away. It's actually your strongest move. And this all brings us to the final and honestly, the most powerful takeaway. Knowing that your life is a constant balancing act gives you incredible power. You're not just a victim of fate. You are the one holding the scales. So the ultimate question isn't what's going to happen to you. The question is, where will you consciously choose to tip those scales to create the life that you really want? That choice is yours.